Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world. And so I'm going to be doing a little review of Meddle. I played it twice. I played it in the headphones, and I played it in this morning also, well, kind of out loud in the stereo. And I mean, I do have my headphones are pretty decent. They are see it from this side, Sony's. They are Sony's. They were only $25 at Walmart, but they are doing the trick. I find the bass is nice and deep and clear. I cannot complain. I cannot complain. And I'll show you that from here too. If you can see, I have a connector on there. These I find are harder, more becoming more and more difficult to find. If you can see the end connector, it's just an extension from my stereo to my headphones, and I never find enough of them. But there's but at the great Canadian dollar store, yeah, not Dollarama. They never have these anymore. They used to, but I haven't seen them for about 4 or 5 years. They stopped carrying them, and then a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, I went into to the Great Canadian Dollar Store, and there it was, what I've been looking for. So I bought a couple just in case, because these are, yeah, I like having, I could even connect them all together and be able to go right all the way to to the kitchen and still play my stereo in my headphones if I choose to. All right, don't want to don't want to babble about that too long. Let's get into my review of Metal. And I'll talk a little bit about the other ones too, but I'm mostly talking about Metal. It's great. It's great. Some people, mistakenly, and at first for a while, I thought it was metal, Meta, metal, like the metal. But no, it's not. It's metal, like Meddle. The metal in this, so somebody else's business in that. And I've been studying that cover. I was told that it looks different than from what's on the LP, on the vinyl. My favorite song on there, I would have to say my favorite song has to be One of These Days, the first song. The the bass line, the way it begins, it is so very much Tool like. It reminds me a lot of Tool from their last album, Fear Inoculum, is like you can really hear the influences. How much this might have influenced Tool, because that bass line and everything is very similar to the kind of bass line that we hear off of Fear Inoculum. I really actually I very much love A Pillow of Winds. Fearless is probably my second favorite song on there. Honestly, I really do love it. Right, almost equal with Echoes. Okay, Fearless and Echoes are pretty much yeah. So One of These Days is my favorite song on there. Fearless and Echoes is probably tied for second favorite. Then A Pillow of Winds, and then last but not least is both Centrope and Seamus are both equally my least favorite tracks. I give those two tracks a 7.5 out of 10. I'll give a I'll give A Pillow of Winds a strong 8 out of 10. I give um no, an 8 out of an 8.5 out of 10. I'll give A Pillow of Winds. Yeah, that's an 8 out of, yeah. And so what was I judging again? Fearless and Echoes. I have to give that a 9. I have to give them both. Those are both a 9 out of 10. And then One of These Days, that's a 10 out of 10. I love that. I just love that. I love the sound. I love how heavy it is. It's a great way to open up an album like that. But I do love this. This is So how does it rank in my with the other ones? Now, this is still my favorite. This is still in number one, but this is now in second place. This is yeah, I like this almost as much as the debut. I mean, I love that debut. Astronomy Domine is probably up there as one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs, but but uh, I'm really loving One of These Days. It's such a great opener for an album. Yeah, for especially for Pink Floyd. And then in third place would be of course Pink Floyd The Wall. And I still haven't I would say probably this would probably be in last place. This would be in second to last place. This is actually a lot better than that first initial. Because if you're counting the whole thing, the both this is the album. It's the live album and the studio album. You have to count the whole. You can't just isolate one and say, yeah, I like that, but I don't like that. No, it's as a whole goes. I give it a strong 8.5 because that live stuff really carries it. I mean, yes, I like it. I do actually really like the studio album. You're listening to it in the headphones though. It is pretty magical. I need to listen to it again in the headphones, and I will because there's so much to take in. You hear it's just so much going on in some sense. Even though some yeah, it's one of those albums that you do need to pay more attention to it, and it is a headphone trip. And but I will be I will be listening to this again in the headphones, absolutely, because it is so good. It is spectacular. I love the sonar. As I was listening to this, okay, it was kind of reminding me so much of Alan's Parsons project. I hear so much of Pink Floyd in the stuff that Alan Parsons project is doing that you can tell that Alan Parsons project was really highly influenced by Pink Floyd, and they wanted to be a similar band like Pink Floyd. So that's my take on that. I Although Pink Floyd is probably a little bit more popular because they're more of an occult status because of albums like like The Wall and Dark Side of the Moon. I'm pointing that way because there's my flag of Pink Floyd, just so you guys can get a quick look at that. There it is. And so yeah, so so that's what I relate them to. I very much see them very much the same. It's the same style of music, the same type of sound, the same type of experimentation. I do hear ya. I do hear a ton of Pink Floyd in Alan Parsons Project. Uh, yeah, yeah. So I think that's it. That's all I need to say. That I really, that I do actually really love this album. I want to rate it just because this here is pretty much a 10 out of 10 for me. I love it. I want to give this it is second place, maybe a 9.5 because no, no. 9.5? You think that's fair? I want to give it at least a strong 9. At least a strong 9. I mean, and I do actually really enjoy Saint Tropez and Seamus. I don't have a problem with Seamus at all. So what does the dog barking in the song? I think the song is sweet. It and if I'm not mistaken, that would probably end side one off of the LP. You would turn it over, and Echoes would be just all of side two. No, excuse me. That would be my because I don't have the LP, but that's what I'm assuming it would be. So as you're finishing off the side one, I think that's a decent way to end side one, and then you're all fresh to good and go to side two for Echoes. Yeah, inspirational. I can see how much that would inspired people. And the original UK release date was November of 1971. 1971. So yeah, I can see how that influenced a lot of people. I mean, this here was in 1969. 1969. I thought for some reason it was a little bit later than that. I thought it was early 70s, like 71, 72, but no, it's actually earlier than I thought it was going to be. And yeah, okay. I am done. I will be talking a little bit more about Pink Floyd in future videos once I had a chance to go through them. And I will be wanting to get don't send me any I'm not asking for you guys to send me CDs, I like it. I like buying my own CDs too. I do appreciate gifts, okay? I do, but don't feel it necessary to buy me a gift just because I say, "Oh, I like to have this." The fun of a collector sometimes is I do earn my CDs. I love earning my CDs, and don't worry about my how much CD space I have left. I still have more than it looks like, and those boxes that I use to and I might as well show you these boxes here. I can get more. I can get more. At least I can get at least three more at Dollarama. They still have some, so they're not difficult to get. I find these are the perfect little CD cases, and depending on what you like, I'm not worried about any of these CDs kind of falling down in there or getting wrecked. None of them. These are perfect CD cases, and I will be getting more. I will be getting more. I'll probably be getting two more this weekend. Because they come in handy. I have room for that on my shelf space there, so it's perfect. It frees up some of my other but I still have a lot of space left. Don't worry about that. I still want to collect a lot more CDs. Okay, I'm done talking. I try to keep these short, but I can't. I love you guys because I do like doing these. Oh, also, I didn't see it at the until the last second there that Larry had, that was in the package with the with the CD. So enjoy. It's awesome on headphones from Larry Graves. Yeah. So again, thank you, Larry, for sending me that. I do really appreciate it and love it. It is, yeah, yeah, it is. I see. I can completely see why you sent it to me. That is an album that will get better with each listen. I do actually like it a lot. Like I said, it's second place, right behind the Pipers at the Gates of Dawn. All right, everybody. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. I will love you forever. Greatly appreciate it. Don't be afraid to hit the like button. Leave me comments. I sometimes am a little late with getting back to your comments. Um, I check it when I'm at work sometimes, but sometimes I just don't have the time to really get to it like I want to. But I eventually try my best to get to everybody's comments. But at least if I can give you a heart, like a channel heart and a thumbs up, then you've been seen. All right, everybody, be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be.